Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Haraz Orldhûm campaign. One of these days I'll probably go and look up how you're actually supposed to pronounce this, but that day is not today. No, we must focus our efforts on blobbing. In the last episode we did another war against Bladebreaker and grabbed some of this juicy Escan land. Too many orcs here, though. We do need to do something about that. And our missions will eventually give us a thing that makes us not allowed to purge and expel orcs. Well, there's nothing really saying that we can't do a bit of that right now. Now, we do need orcish minorities in our provinces in order to do some missions, this one specifically, although this is a mission I would want to postpone for as long as possible, seeing as we get a 40% penalty to production efficiency. Now, I know that there will be a later mission that reduces this a bit, and so, at least if I understand this correctly, it seems to me that the most logical thing to do would be to try and get as many of those requirements done before we even click this. Although I suppose this thing is also supposed to be, we're supposed to be compensated for this penalty by establishing, like, slave outposts, and there are reasons to not postpone it forever, but that is irrelevant, because right now we have some other missions. And yeah, I guess we will just start with these. Sure. Now, I think I will still postpone this one, even if we can actually get all the way down to the bottom here and do the Rise of the High Lord event. I just feel like, well, it's only 5% morale. Maybe I should just take it. Probably, whatever. Yeah, let's just take it right now. Let's start with this one. Pause to read if you want, but basically, we are just a bunch of adventurers, but the aristocracy of this place was defined by, having ancestors going back generations. And so we need to establish ourselves properly. So we will enact noble aid, settler chance. But yeah, we will get adventurer lords to the nobility, which just gives a bunch of good stuff. There we go, we're going to start building our reputation. Next, we're going to just make sure our buildings look epic. Pause to read. And that, of course, will give us some nice tax bonus for whatever reason, and splendor. And legitimacy, which I actually need, so yes, please. And then there were all these things. Yeah, I guess I will just do them. Yeah. So, pause to read again, but basically, back when before the dwarves fell in the mountains and whatnot, our big rival hold was the Mithril dwarves over here. Because I guess both of us competed to who was to be elected High King over here, and so because we are now this restored hold, we will need to flex on these guys in order to properly act like our ancestors did. This will give us some nice claims, which is nice, but we need to flex on them further. Yeah, with our control secured of a Mithril hold, we have a choice in exacting those grudges. So it might be thousands of years ago since these grudges started, but we're dwarves, and so we're damn well going to continue it. So one interesting factor in this mission tree is the fact that this is the first one we're going to do here. Pause to read again. But when we... Oh shit, Mithril and Platinum, there's an event even. But yeah, all of these various holds actually will get converted to their quote-unquote ancestral culture, because I guess we want to restore the old and whatnot. Which is kind of annoying though, because, I will then have to go ahead and spend... Oh god, yeah, that's quite a lot of mana. Probably isn't even worth spending the mana to accept Mithril Dwarf, because if we can get Empire size, then we will eventually just accept all dwarves. So What's this then? Orldhûm was the home of the Mithril dwarves, staunch rivals who were the only hold that threatened our position as first among equals. Our rivalry is ancient, with grudges held for millennia, always opposing us with the sway garnered by their strategic position and the High King's favour. Yet here we stand, a renewed successor in control of our old rival in a decrepit state, and at our mercy. What will we do to our old rival? We must act quickly. The seat of the old empire awaits. I mean, yeah, we kind of already took that, but that's just how it goes with these missions sometimes. Platinum Scorn. Okay, so we can, like, just steal some dev? I feel like I would take that normally, but I kind of was hoping that by deving this place I can also get myself the institution. So I guess we'll be friends. Our predecessors fought side by side despite rivalry. Honor those long past. Yeah, sure. Let's try and compensate for some of the horrible shit we're going to be doing with some wholesomeness. Claim the crown. With our grudges settled, our focus renewed, we march on the High Assembly, Almdir. But yeah, we have grabbed the Dwarf Kron, and we are here to legitimize our claim to the Western Dwarvar as High Lord. The High Lord rises. With grueling effort and bloodshed, we are successful in reclaiming the old seat of the Empire from the brutish orcs that settled within the hallowed halls. Technically, we stole it from the guys who successfully did reclaim it from the orcs, but, you know, details schmetails. We cannot dare sully the ancestors' legacy with their presence. Thus, we must relocate them by force to more fitting caverns, requiring their labor. With Almdir fully within our grasp and the Dwarf Kron in our possession, you know, remember we stole it from the guys who had it, we are able to proudly proclaim ourselves as High Lords once more. Oh dang. Gain devastation? Oh. That's not great. Doesn't look like it's going to do anything to the local culture though, because I've already been cheekily working to convert it to my own culture. I guess they won't... yeah. I guess it won't convert it to the local culture, Almdir Dwarf or whatever. Or maybe there will be something about that later. But there we go, that was that. Although while I'm on a yapping spree, I thought we could look at something else, which is our ideas, because I never really did show those off when we formed our nation. Pause to read on all of these, of course, but yeah, we are the first among equals, and therefore we get legitimacy. So many of the High Kings of the Dwarvar came from us, and so we are just objectively better. Why else would we gain legitimacy? We also make some nice platinum jewelry, which gives us production and center of trade upgrade costs. Everyone knows that platinum is better, or, you know, it goes, what? Bronze, then silver, then gold, and then platinum, obviously. At least that's how it did in some of my video games as a child, so yeah. We also have this tradition of playing turret defense games, I guess. There's actually some missions later where we build, yeah, turret gourds, so we place like big turrets that defend us. I mean, later we also get like mechs, so, but that's for some other time. Or we'll think about that later. But yeah, glorious nobility. We are really proud, and yeah, as you can see, we are just objectively better. Why else do we get just prestige out of nothing? Like, people literally look at us and they're like, damn, these guys really are based. Like, cost of advisor with ruler culture is actually really good, because, you know, just look at those discounts, man. If I actually had some money, you know, we could hire some really expensive ones, and then these advisors discounts would like really start to account for something. So yeah, there we go. Glory to us. Are we actually called... yeah, we're actually called High Lord. Nice. Not sure if that just changed or if it already was like that, because I didn't pay attention. But cool. So we did... we did grab the crown, but so far I have not been paying too much attention to actually finding the gems that we need to put in it to further our legitimacy. I mean, hell, our original adventurer company was founded to find the ruby. And the ruby is still not known. Maybe if we do more of those expeditions. However, what we can do is buy the agate. And having had a look at the missions, I know we're going to need that eventually, because it's relevant to the Kugdir stuff. And so we're going to just buy it right now, because I get the feeling that this costs scales with how much money we have or make. So doing it now seems logical. There we go. Game 1 stability. Oh, I wish I could bump it up to 2, but okay. Our ownership of Kugdir has granted us a great deal of legitimacy in the eyes of the Asra Bank. Very nice. Now, I kind of have this meta hatred of Kugdir because in every game I am involved in, they always just... they're just evil. So, if this place suddenly gets renamed to something else after I'm done with the relevant missions, then, you know, that's just something that might happen. Like, who knows? Someone might accidentally write the wrong name. Who knows? But yeah, there we go. We are grateful. I did also notice, though, when we looked here, that it says how much dev we have. And from what I understand, once we reach 600 dev, the possibility of getting the first major disaster, the Horde Curse, pops up. And supposedly we get like a specifically bad version of the Horde Curse. Although we also need to have 150 income in order to trigger it, or save up 10,000. And from what I've read, it might make sense to try and save up 10,000 as quickly as possible, because it's going to be less awful if our income isn't like as crazy. So that might be something I want to do. Of course, I say that, and then I immediately start looking at how expensive would it be to fix this hold over here. Few rebel promises. Oh yeah, no, I think that's going to be worth paying. Ooh, the temptation to convert this back to Platinum Dwarf, though. But I feel like for LARP's sake, we shouldn't. Seeing as we're all about, you know, we want to restore the old traditions. So we'll just have to cope about that for now. What else was I doing last episode? Well, I guess there aren't any immediate plans. Get back here and restart these colonies that kind of broke during my war. And yeah. Damn, we really live in the ancestor worship dominance timeline. Earthseed, wherever that is, has also come under our control under Gruzumdir. I genuinely haven't a clue who that is. Which means I guess we can actually get that morale. Unless... Nah. Big morale equals good army, yes? Yes. I mean, there's nothing... Yeah, once again, I don't think we have... Actually, no, we do have infantry ability. So we could also do the one that gives us 5%. But then I would have to actually, like... I cannot... I don't know. If anyone knows in the comments, like, can do the math on, like, which of these is, like, actually better, then do tell me. But, I cannot really understand it, so... You know, I only have, what, 3,000 hours or so in this game? Can you really expect me to know what the fuck, how the fuck those kinds of modifiers work? Like, damn. News report at 11. Hul'Urqad has come into being. That's neat. That's our old ally. Although I just got a new and shinier ally over here in the Diamond Boys. So I don't know if we're gonna be keeping this stuff, because I really want to fight Marhold to liberate the sacred caves over here. Like, damn, obviously we need to make sure a province literally called Dwarf Hope has to be Dwarven, right? So, I mean, Marhold itself definitely needs to be Dwarven. But so far, no luck. Because these guys have big, powerful friends. Even Hammerholm, the betrayers, have decided to ally with them, which isn't optimal. Yeah, they even out-tech me, which is sad. But at least I'm hoping that once we annex this guy, which should be any second now. Yep, literally right now. There we go. Then a lot more nations should discover me, because I would at least assume that they would have more vision on this place than on... Well, actually, I say that. We already owned a bunch of shit in Eskan, so surely us owning this would, They still think of me as unknown. I guess they know about these lands, but because they're not my capital, it doesn't count or something? Man. Oh, this is neat though. We actually inherited the digging operations over here. Ah, but that also does mean we can't convert it, which is not great. But I don't want to spend the money to start them over again. Plus, I don't actually even think that's legalized. Yeah, I can't manually dig in other holds than my capital, sadly, so... do I... Yeah, we can probably get away with converting some of these goobers. Okay, cool. We can do this mission now. We can establish a perimeter. I guess this isn't actually the mission where we start building turrets. That comes later. Yeah, we need this mission, which is super difficult because we need 40% crown land, and I've kind of been ditching that a lot. Plus, we cannot be expelling orcs, which is exactly also what I'm doing, so... But that's life. Let's just do this for now. Get some free stuff and a free colony. Neat. No! The High Lord is dead. That sucks. Well, I think the base age is 150, right? So 167, pretty good. And our air is also really nice, so could be worse. Tarek is no longer of this world. Yes. Near to the throne, who is not very good. Well, that has to change then. Yeah, we'll just fix that immediately, or begin the process of fixing it anyways. Also, there that thing happened again that I mentioned in the last episode, I think, where it says there are going to be, like, what, 24 rebels, and then only 19 pops up. Strange. Not that I mind, of course, but once again, strange. In other news, though, the project of creating the anti-Marhold Alliance Box Hyper Coalition is coming along nicely. I do still assume we will have to wait for favors. Yes, we do, unfortunately. You'd think I could promise him land in Blade Marches, but just not how that works. To the point where we've actually maxed out our relations. But this guy's actually been making some colonies for me, so I'm kind of reluctant still to annex him. Still dream of him actually finding himself a hold to fix for me as well. Okay, this is interesting. Ignore the shitty air, he will not last. But the Kagodic populations, yeah, I mentioned in the last series that they've added this population group when the Grey Orcs are told to fuck off. And so yeah, we can actually like invite them into the province we just got over here, but I don't really see the point of that, to be honest. So yeah, no, fuck off. Like if I got like this guy as a potential vassal, then maybe, but if only these provinces, that's just not worth it. Plus these guys, you know, they're still allied to Lauren, so it's not like I can actually invade them even if I wanted to. Alright, preparation is done. Hyper Coalition gathered. Colonies, well, we're in a position where most of the colonies don't have to be protected, and those that do don't have to be protected by a whole lot of dudes, so we can use most of the army. It's time to claim the caverns. Fuck you. And of course, we gotta make sure we humiliate the dude to get some power projection. Honestly, if anything, I'm kind of surprised we're still even legally allowed to rival the dude, but I don't mind. You might also be wondering that, you know, you might wonder if I'm going to be taking more, you know, Eskan proper land here. And the answer is maybe. Depends on the more aggressive expansion I get. Because, as a lot of you probably have guessed at this point, my plan has been to set up client states. That is indeed the reason why, or one of the reasons anyways, why I wanted mercenary and influence ideas. It's one of those things I always feel like I want to do, but I never get around to it. But I feel like as this nation, it's gonna be working out kind of cool, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, did I already explain this earlier? I don't remember. But yeah, I like the idea of having the surface world be owned by a bunch of client states. Oh yeah, no, I did mention this earlier, didn't I? Ah, whatever. I didn't create the state before we started this war because, once again, I don't know if I'm going to be taking any outside land. And if I don't, then I'll want to create it over here instead. That, and I would like to kill as many of these orcs as possible, or expel as many of these orcs as possible to give my client state the best sort of base of operations as possible. And if you're wondering why my troops are all suffering from losses here, it's because there was an event that just made a bunch of orcs show up. And Verkalhul just... okay. Well, I did already prepare this place with... or make sure there were no natives there, so we can safely start a colony there. And now I will probably... like, if my friendly little vassal here ever gets up here, I'll just transfer this colony to him, so he can continue. Or maybe I could use this as like a block to force him into Orldhûm. If he can do all the mountain colonization over here, that would be great. Even if it does mean that it's all going to be the wrong religion, but at this point I feel like I'm going to be doomed to accepting Silver Dwarf. Alright. Now, I was about to say, we have the same technology. No, we don't. We are military technology 9. We can get the next one, though. I just wanted to make sure or I wanted to know whether or not it would be... whether or not I had to, because... yeah, we still don't have the institution, but my ally is selling it to me currently, so we are getting there. I probably could have gotten away with not immediately buying it there, but eh. Slowly that every new war, you know, you fight in this game brings out new examples of AI migrations to, like, I don't know where they're planning to go. I guess they want to get to my capital? It's honestly just hard to tell. Yeah, my allies are doing a good job at... actually, no, they're actually dying right now, but, you know, their main purpose is always to soak up their attention. And I guess we can probably help out a bit by piecing out this guy. Except for the fact that he doesn't want to do that right now. Ongoing battle. Well... now we're chill. Yeah, we're just gonna take some money. Although I suppose I can maybe do some other shit too. I mean, I might as well cancel his alliances. I don't see why he should have friends. Yeah, I don't really care about anything else. Time to show these mar holders who's the real boss of this gym. Or although it's actually them who is showing me right now. That's not looking too hot. Okay, well... yeah, I guess I need to remember about the whole don't attack people in tunnels thing, because you get bad rolls thing. Well, we technically won. Though I want to start considering consolidating some of these regiments and replacing them with mercs. Indeed, it would seem that, even after separate piecing Estil, their fondness for migrating in my shithole caves is so intense that they've decided to just settle down here. You know what? I can respect the... I don't know, I can't really put words in it, or put words on it, because I don't really fully understand what they're up to, but definitely gives off sort of vaguely based vibes. Alright, we ended up actually being able to take quite a lot of land, which is nice. Though I guess that means I'm gonna be making my little client states. Yeah, it was mostly an uneventful war after those initial battles, so only real thing we lost was this colony, because I risked the garrison to go fight some other rebels, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. Ah, fuck, I was gonna humiliate, wasn't I? Ooh. Well, we could just, like, not take as much land, I suppose. Yeah, well, and obviously not give any land to the Cunts League, but by me being able to humiliate the guy is priority, so that's just how it's gonna have to be. And I actually, yeah, I think I'll even leave that province out, so let's do this. I will definitely not get a coalition at least. And there we go, 100 power projection. Excellent. And now he will definitely not be a viable rival anymore. Might take a second for it to update though. Okay, I'm trying to find like the color that's closest to mine, but there aren't really anyone that perfectly match. And I'm still not completely settled on flag and name and stuff like that. But if I understand things correctly, we should be able to... Yeah, we can indeed customize subject, and basically I'm allowed to change my mind. So instead of spending too much time overthinking it right now, we're just going to have this be the Escan Protectorate, and I guess I'll give them some land. I was kind of hoping that some of these provinces would flip while I waited a bit, but at this point I just want to get rid of the overextension, so I'll guess I'll just give out the provinces I want to give to them for the time being in between episodes, because this one is over. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye!